Hey everyone, I'm Brenner and welcome to Everyone's a Critic. Tonight I'm going to be talking about Tomb Raider, the newest rendition of the story of Lara Croft. Despite being an average movie, I genuinely enjoyed it and I have a lot to say, so let's get started. The film begins similarly to that of the Tomb Raider video game, as expected, with the tale of Himiko, a Japanese monarch with magical powers that was buried alive in a tomb on an unreachable island. Lara's father took it upon himself to find out if her supernatural abilities were real, but never returned. With the help of a drunken sailor, Lara sets off on an adventure of her own in search of the truth and for her missing father. Yeah, it's the typical adventure story, but different from the previous Lara Croft films. This movie serves an origin story, basically a Batman Begins of Lara Croft. Tomb Raider gives the fans of the franchise a more personal take of who she really is, aside from her knowledge of archaeology and her ability to kick some serious, well, you know. While I'm always a fan of Angelina Jolie, Alicia Vikander was the perfect choice for Lara Croft. Her acting was amazing in the more emotional and personal scenes. And I didn't know this until recently, she did a lot of her own stunts. In a scene where Lara tries to stay above water with her hands tied, Vikander said that she was thrown into a tank about 50 times. Based on that alone, I'd say she's perfect for the role. My favorite part of Tomb Raider was its similarity to a video game layout. The movie itself is based off of its 2013 game of the same name, so several moments felt like you were feeling watching a walkthrough on YouTube. The slower scenes felt like cutscenes you'd sit through to get to the action, and the action scenes made you want to step in and control what was happening. A few scenes were taken from the game itself, too. In both the game and the film, Lara has to make an impossible jump on an unstable airplane to avoid plummeting to her death. This attention to detail was what made the movie special to me. Tomb Raider isn't just similar to its own game, but also to the Uncharted series. Fans of Uncharted 4: Thief's End will notice a lot of similarities between the two. In that game, Nate, the protagonist, is on a boat with his brother in a raging storm when suddenly he crashes and drifts to shore. In Tomb Raider, basically the exact same thing happens. Fans of Uncharted will also understand my pain of sitting through a puzzle sequence that Lara, bless her heart, simply cannot solve. I was definitely resisting the urge to pick up my non-existent PlayStation controller and try it myself. There were, of course, a few moments that lessened the effect of Tomb Raider. The special effects in the film were entertaining, but at times were subpar. There were scenes where Lara and others deal with booby traps that made the movie feel a little like an overdone rendition of Indiana Jones. But when you're seeing adventure movies like this, that's kind of expected. This wasn't the best video game movie, but it's one of the better ones that I've seen. At the very least, it helped me decide what game I'm going to be playing next. Thanks for joining me on tonight's Everyone's a Critic. Back to our hosts.